days. So what we've had produced in the last few days is something that's come out from Ofsted, which is it's the research review series in PE. And I've got the link at the bottom here, which you can look through. There has been lots of work that's been done on this already, and people have created different snippets to help you, which summarizes what we're looking through. All of these are in this PowerPoint. I could go through lots of them now, but I'm going to keep this quite short today. So I'm just going to highlight a few key points that might help you with your teaching PE. I think the first one is one of the things that comes out is PE for all. So it's all children, especially those from disadvantaged backgrounds or with SEND, needs an entitlement to PE. And just want to think about for a minute now, how often do we run interventions for children during PE lessons where they don't access the PE they need? Which is a really key point, so we need to make sure that it helps those children, because that will also in turn help develop their self-efficacy and develop their confidence for them to achieve within PE and function in PE, but also function in all other subjects as well. For example, if they're competent at PE, they'll develop their motor competencies, which helps them to be able to hold a pencil properly. So these are all skills, and PE should never be seen as a bolt-on. It should be seen as an area that helps you to develop all their other subjects. If a child knows how to sit properly, is taught how to use their muscles, then they can, if they're taught to use their muscles, they know how to sit properly, they can sustain concentration for longer. Also, the areas here, and I'll let you look through these at your own time, but also the areas here looked at fundamental movement skills, which I know we talked about a lot last year. And fundamental movement skills are the skills that we build on everything. So I'm glad that was in the paper as well. It's so important between the ages of 3 to 8 that we are teaching those children fundamental movement skills so that they know how they can apply these in the future. And this links in with the progression and types of knowledge. So we need to develop and build on fundamental movement skills. So we need to know what we're doing and know when we are doing it in PE. So that's really important. In the early years, you'll teach them what different skills, and then you teach them how to apply it and know when to use it. This obviously links in with tactics as well. So if you're teaching a child how to kick a ball, you need to teach them when they need to kick a ball, when they need to strike a ball, when they need to pick up a ball. We've also looked here about, there's also some areas to talk about curriculum design. And this is something we need to be very careful as leaders and practitioners. We need to make sure that we are ensuring that the links are explicitly taught so that children can transfer it from one area to another. That obviously links back in with the fundamental movement skills, that they can link it together. The key point in this research is that it talks about teaching novices. I think that's a really key point. Most pupils should be treated as novices, even your high attainers in PE. So we make sure we break down the content into smaller steps, because moving forward too quickly can create the gaps. So breaking it down into those smaller steps for all of the children, and again, modelling. We're modelling every other subject. We need to make sure that we're modelling in PE. It could be using the partial demonstrations to reduce cognitive overload as well. But we need to make sure we model different steps and give the children a chance to practice this all the time. Teach, apply. The final thing we're going to talk about here, that as you'll see, there's lots of things I haven't talked about, and it's a great little think piece for you to go and have a little read at, even if you just look at this section here, or you can go to the main document. Using sports coaches, they can provide expertise, but we need to make sure that all teachers and TAs can observe the sessions so that they don't become de-skilled. It's a really key point that we're looking at all the time. We want you to make sure that all teachers, you're learning, because you need to be teaching PE as well, and seeing the benefits of PE can have on the wider curriculum, and obviously behavior.